Om Namah Shivaya. This video is about a very ancient Shiva temple called the Bhûmara Shiva temple. It was the year 1873. Alexander Cunningham heard that near Satna in Madhya Pradesh there was a standing stone, Khadi Patthar or Thari Patthar. He went there and saw that the stone was an ancient inscription. Alexander Cunningham had been appointed chief of the Archaeological Department of India. So he published that inscription and did nothing more. In the year 1888, John Fleet got the inscription translated. That inscription mentioned two kings of the early Gupta dynasty. One was Maharaja Hastin I, who ruled from 472 post-Christ, that is AD, to 514 AD. He had ruled for 42 years. His son was Maharaja Sharvanatha. They built several temples. One of them could have been the Bhûmara Shiva temple. Cunningham did not go further after discovering the inscription because he saw nothing but the jungle. Bhagavan Shiva had to wait for more than 40 years. In 1919, Rakhal Banerji, accompanied by two photographers, Vartekar and Joglekar, visited that region. Cutting plants and shrubs and trees and clearing the jungle, they discovered a magnificent temple. Yes, it was indeed a magnificent temple, but in total ruin. This ruin couldn't have been natural. It can never happen. It was a stone structure. Somebody or some people had deliberately destroyed the temple, especially the image of Shiva that was worshipped. It had no nose. Cunningham, Mr. Michael, Frederick Asher and others decided that the temple was post-Christian era and was built around 500 AD by the Guptas. George Michael stated that all he could say was that the temple was ready or existed by the year 500 post-Christ. So when was the temple built? There is absolutely no proof till today. The inscription had little connection with the temple. Why would any Gupta build a temple in such a remote jungle in Bhûmara? What was the connection they had with this region? Was there any connection at all with this Shiva temple and the other Shiva Tirthas all around like Pashupatinath, Varanasi and so on? Was this temple really prehistoric? Is there any connection between this temple and the other temple of Mother Parvati called Nachna Parvati temple nearby? There is one sorrowful point. Rakhal Banerji mentioned in the year 1920 that the installed Vigraha of Bhagavan Shiva was without nose. Even today it is worshipped without nose, which is extremely wrong. That should never be done. There is technology to rectify everything. There is epoxy. Even stone can be pasted and rectified. There are hundreds of temples all over India in which there are thousands of images with broken limbs, no nose, no hands and so on. They have to be restored. Restoration has to be done. It's an insult to our race. It's an insult to Sanatana Dharma. We are still worshipping these broken images. They were once upon a time adored. Let's hope that all these images will be repaired and the nation will become glorious once again. This great temple of very remote times in this state. Nowadays, Shiva is worshipped there. The temple has been repaired, but not like what it was in the past. Thank you very much.